Lucille Ball, the legendary red-headed comedian best known for her groundbreaking work on I Love Lucy, spent the final years of her life in relative quiet and privacy, a stark contrast to the high-energy public persona she cultivated throughout her decades-long career. While it's a common misconception that she was entirely alone or abandoned, the truth behind her later years is more nuanced, rooted in her declining health, personal choices, and the natural progression of life for someone who had lived so fully in the public eye. By the 1980s, Lucille Ball had long since stepped back from the limelight. After the enormous success of I Love Lucy, and later shows like The Lucy Show and Here's Lucy, she gradually withdrew from regular appearances, focusing instead on managing her production company and occasionally taking roles that interested her. Her final TV role came in 1986 with Life with Lucy, which unfortunately was both a critical and ratings failure. The show's poor reception reportedly hurt Ball deeply. She had hoped for a triumphant return, but the audience's tastes had changed, and the show was cancelled after only 8 episodes. This disappointment played a role in her decision to withdraw from the spotlight permanently. As she aged, Ball became increasingly private. Those close to her say she had grown weary of fame's pressures and was saddened by the passing of many old friends and contemporaries from Hollywood's golden age. Her husband and longtime collaborator Desi Arnaz, with whom she had a famously turbulent but affectionate relationship, died in 1986. Despite their divorce decades earlier, they remained close until his death. Arnaz's passing had a profound effect on her. Though she had remarried, her second husband, comedian Gary Morton, was with her until her death. It was clear that losing Desi marked the end of an era for her. Ball also suffered from various health problems in her later years. She had been a smoker for most of her life, which led to long-term complications. In 1989, she underwent heart surgery to replace her aorta and aortic valve. While the surgery initially appeared successful, complications followed. She died shortly thereafter from a ruptured abdominal aorta on April 26, 1989, at the age of 77. Her final days were spent in the hospital, not in total isolation, but certainly distanced from the world she had once ruled. The idea that nobody ever visited her in her final years is more myth than fact, likely stemming from the quietness of her final period. It's true that her circle had grown smaller, many of her friends had passed, and the entertainment industry had changed dramatically. However, she was not abandoned. Her family, including her children Lucy Arnaz and Desi Arnaz Jr., remained in her life. Lucy in particular has spoken over the years about maintaining a close relationship with her mother. Additionally, she remained in touch with a few select colleagues and friends. One factor contributing to the perception of isolation was Ball's tendency to avoid public appearances as her health declined. She was known to be fiercely protective of her image and did not want the public to see her in a weakened state. Her retreat was less about being unloved and more about preserving the legacy she had so carefully built. In her later years, she also focused on her privacy, something she never had during the height of her fame. Lucille Ball may have led a quieter life toward the end, but she was not truly alone. Her contributions to television comedy and her trailblazing role as a female executive in a male-dominated industry left a legacy that continues to inspire. Her final years were marked not by loneliness, but by the inevitable fading of a brilliant star who had already given the world so much.